Hi, my name is Miles Pemberton. I'm the owner of Bark & Render. Bark & Render is an Alton-based catering company specialising in Texas-style barbecue. We offer any meat we can smoke. You can smoke practically anything. So the main offerings we have, and the main ones that people want, are the brisket. So the 12-hour smoked brisket. It's not always 12 hours, it can be 16 or 18. It does take a lot of time, but taking that time makes the meat incredibly juicy, incredibly tender, and that's what we're aiming for. We offer pork, we offer ribs, we offer pulled pork, anything really. We do turkey around Christmas time, so we're quite seasonal with that as well. So we smoke turkey, we do pheasant, we do partridge. Yeah, we've got a huge, extensive range of meats that we smoke. With the brisket, what I'm looking for is kind of the fat content. So when you're buying beef, you're looking for the best fat content you can get. The higher the fat content, the more flavour. Fat is flavour, I'm sure you've heard that a few times, but yeah, I look for the best cut I can get my hands on. So I'm quite specific about which cut I'm using, which brisket I'm choosing. I only take a brisket of a certain size with a certain fat content, just because when you smoke it, that flavour that comes through and that kind of texture and the tenderness of the meat is enhanced. The cooking process and how long it takes, so as I said, brisket takes about 12 to 16 hours. Pork shoulder takes 10, ribs 8 hours, so it's a long cooking process for each piece of meat. The reason I do that, that's kind of where I got the name from as well, Bark & Render, is when you cook it for such a long period of time, that fat renders down and makes it juicy and tender. So when you cut into it, it's kind of the best meat you will ever eat. So yeah, that's why I cook for so long, and it also gives it that lovely smoky flavour. And the bark aspect is when you smoke meats over, I use oak wood, it creates a lovely flavour and a lovely bark around the edge of the meat. That is where the smoke permeates the meat and gives it a lovely colour. The first part of the cook is all about getting that flavour, getting that smoke flavour into it, using kind of that oak that I've spent so long sourcing to give it such a nice flavour and creating that bark and that smoke ring. Then going on from there, you are looking to create the most tender, juicy piece of meat as possible. The whole point of smoking it is you're not drying out the meat at all. You don't want to do that. You want to create a really juicy, tender piece of meat, and that's what it does. So cooking it for that long, it can go either way. If you don't do it properly, it will be dry, but if you can perfect it, it will be the most kind of succulent, tender meat you can get. So I make sure that I'm not using any preservatives. It's all natural ingredients. As for which ingredients, I might not tell you, as it is a bit of a trade secret. Yeah, so making sure that those ingredients that I'm using and those spices and herbs that I'm using partner with that meat. So I'll be very specific about what I put on my brisket and what I put on my pork and my ribs. And yeah, and just keep it natural.